Hey y'all, I am CicelyRenee and I'm so excited that you're here. This is She Sits at His Feet, where we talk about living our best godly lives. And this year we're all about elevating the kingdom woman. And if you are new here, I hope you subscribe because we have some amazing content where we are empowering and equipping, edifying, encouraging you guys to just live your best godly life. All right. So in this video, I'm excited to talk to you guys about where I am in my spiritual journey, my walk with Christ. Um, about 2 years ago, I rededicated my life to God. And about a year and a half ago, I said, I'm all in. Use me, Father God. Take over because I've been leading my life the way I wanted to. And it just was not working out. And so like about a year and a half ago, I really started getting into the word. A year and some months actually. And so I have gotten deeper and deeper and deeper. And in fact, I'm almost done with reading the Bible in a year. And when I talk about reading, I'm not talking about just reading it just for the sake of reading it. When I'm reading this Bible, I am going deep. I'm getting all my materials and resources and my pens and my highlighters because I want to get so much information out of it. And of course, you're not going to be able to get as much information while you are, reading it in 1 year. There's just so much. It is packed. There's context. That's the historical context, who they're talking to, places, time. It's just a lot. And so I just wanted to make sure I had, a good foundation for when I start really going deeper and deeper and deeper. So just having some knowledge, like knowing why this was here, I just want to encourage you to get into your word, you guys, because it's amazing. It is mind blowing. It is transformative, and your life is going to be forever changed. Okay. Especially if you have an open heart for, you know, reading the Bible and letting God, speak to you. Because there are people that just read the Bible just for, you know, just to be reading it, to say I read the Bible in a year. There was an episode or interview with Jada Pinkett, and she said that I read the Bible multiple times, but it did nothing for me. But I'm gonna let you know, if you do not have an open heart, open mind, if your heart is hard, you're not going to get anything. God does not reveal things to the enemy. He only reveals it to his people. And if you didn't choose to be his people, his person, then you're not going to get what, everybody else is saying that they're getting, because it is transformative. Okay. So a lot of people, give their lives to God, but they don't take the necessary steps to really develop that relationship, right? So you're going to church, and that's all you're doing, but there's no like transformation happening. It's all religion and not relationship. And I want to stress that so bad, that it is relationship. Relationship trumps religion, okay? And so when you do have that one-on-one relationship with God, he speaks to you. He does so much for you. You start seeing so many different things. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you 7 things that has happened to me since I really got deep with my relationship with Christ, okay? So I told you I grew up in the church, born and raised, and so there's a lot of religion happening. And then I strayed off doing some crazy stuff, doing everything that was right in my eyes, trying to have control, trying to have power, doing things in my own power. And of course, all of those things failed. I was so, trapped in the self love, self me, rather than, surrendering my life to Christ. And so when I got deep into the relationship, my mindset had to change. I couldn't be, so focused on self like that. Like, I didn't do this, God did this. And so a lot of my vocabulary had to change, and it is still changing because I catch myself, saying, oh, thank you for, for something that God did, and I'm just like taking the glory, and I'm like, oh no, no, no. So I have to quickly, get that in check and then change that up, because we do not want to take the glory, because it all belongs to God, right? So there was a lot of learning and unlearning of things. And so growing up, I was definitely all about tradition and religion. And so I had to break free from that mentality, because there was a lot of like fear and a lot of things that were taught to us where I'm just like, this doesn't sound right, right? You definitely just have to be careful with what information you are taking in. For a minute, I was definitely going to a church where it was all prosperity, and kind of felt like a cult. And I was just like, I definitely had to like disconnect from that, because not every church is like that, and not everybody is supposed to be a pastor, right? And so when you start getting deep into your relationship, God is going to let you know, this is not for you. Nope, don't go here. Nope, sit down right here, and so that is something that has, the unlearning and learning was just like, it was a lot. And it's still, not a battle, but it's something that I am dealing with and growing through. The second thing is my spiritual eyes and ears and heart have opened up drastically, you guys. I'm like seeing things in a totally different light. I'm hearing the word of God as I walk my dog. Like, I am having conversations with God and He is speaking to me. I am seeing signs. I'm having these dreams. You guys, like, it is mind blowing. And then the only way you're going to be able to have that spiritual connectedness with our God is really in the Word, like diving deep into His Word, knowing who He is, what He will say, what He won't say. Like, a lot of people, like, I'm in this group, and there was this lady that says she had this dream and of the resurrection, and she was just like bawling and scared and screaming and fighting. And I was like, that's not of God at all. That is something from the enemy, because first of all, the resurrection is a joyous time. We will be celebrating, we will be excited, we want to be resurrected. And so you have to have that discernment, right? And so when you're in the Word, you're going to read, that the resurrection and us going to the New Jerusalem it's a beautiful thing, and it's for His people. He has this beautiful place for us, and it's a good thing and not something to be feared. And so when you are in that word and praying, connected, you're going to get that. You're going to have a spiritual shift and seeing things in a whole different light. Oh, the third thing, you guys, man, 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 man. Okay, so the spiritual attack, the warfare is real. So real that I had no idea. Like, I had anxiety in the world, I had depression in the world, and I just self-medicated. I didn't think anything of it, right? And it was just stupid stuff like, oh my gosh, do I have enough money for this event? And I'm like, why am I stressing out about that? And so now when I'm totally in the word, relying totally on God, like, okay, God's got me covered. He's providing everything I need according to His riches and glory, you know? And so now the warfare has changed. It is definitely an attack on my mind, an attack on my purpose. Like, yeah, so I've been fasting and praying a lot more, and it just seems like every time I do that, I am being attacked. And so that just tells me that I am on the right path, right? Because the enemy is not happy when you are doing what you're supposed to be doing for the Lord, right? He's like, no, I don't want you to do that. I want you to, he doesn't attack you if you ain't worried about what God has for you. If you're just doing your own little thing, he's like, okay, bets already got you, don't need to worry about you. But when you are aligning with God and His will for you and doing what He is telling you to do and obeying and listening, you are going to get attacked. And so you have to definitely put on that full armor of God and really understand the truth, His truth, which is the word, right? And how are you going to know the truth if you're not in the word? So if you're not getting anything from me, just get this, get in your word, okay? The fourth thing, y'all, losing people, right? Which is fine because I am not here for other people's enjoyment. I am not here for their purpose. I am here for God and what He wants to do in my life. There are going to be people that are going to fall off. There are going to people that are going to unfollow you, unfriend you, block you, think you crazy, and that's actually point number 5. People are going to think you are crazy. And rightfully so, because, we being Christian is not for the faint of heart. Like having that mentality, trusting and believing that everything's going to be okay despite what's going on around the world. That's crazy. That's crazy. And so I understand that. And so I remember growing up, just looking at the Christians and the things they said, the things they did, and how they interacted with what was happening in the world, right? Their character. And I'm just like, that's crazy. Y'all are crazy. And now the tables have turned because now I'm the crazy one, which is okay. I will take it. Number 6 is that your palate is going to change. The things you used to like and enjoy will have this nasty, bitter taste that you're just gonna be like, I am done with this. So like, y'all, it is bad. So I used to watch a lot of like raunchy stuff, not like, you know, sex stuff. I mean, there was sex stuff in there too. So like The Boys, you guys, I loved The Boys. I was watching The Boys, and then I watched the third season, I think it was, and I'm just like, why am I watching this? The whole entire time I'm just like, why am I watching this? This is horrible. And I'm like, this is like, it just was gross to me. Before I was like, oh my God, I was, all excited about it. And I'm like, I don't even like it no more. And even like just a lot of the taste of what I used to watch. I love a lot of sci-fi. I love, aliens and zombies and just, stuff that I don't know. It was just crazy to me. And I'm just like, I love that. And now I'm like, why am I watching this? And then there was another episode, you know, uh, the new version of Sex in the City, and then there was you or something like that. First year watching it, the first season, I was like, oh my gosh, all in it. And I was so excited for season 2. And season 2 was happening when I definitely changed and was transforming. And I'm just like, this is horrible. Like, why are we watching stuff like this? But your palate's definitely going to change, y'all. And, I never was really a clubber, so that was not my thing. But I would, enjoy going out. There are things I still love going. I love going to arcades. Like going to museums and stuff like that. But you're definitely things are gonna change, y'all. And I really hope that you're okay with that because, God needs that. God needs to fool you. He needs you to be alert, mentally sober. There's so much stuff that gets, you know, dropped in our spirit that God is just like, I can't, I'm gonna have a hard time using you with that in your spirit, in your mind, because what's in there is gonna come out, right? And then the last thing is that your habits are going to change. The things, so like me, my habit, like my number one habit is reading the Bible, first thing in the morning. And so I am spending like 2-3 hours, studying the Bible, like really deep in there. And before, I could, maybe I'll read a devotional, maybe I'll see a prayer and like it and just keep moving. But I am so about, the intimacy that I am building with God. And, that connection, I'm just like, that's all I want to focus on. And so my habits, like I barely watch TV anymore. Like I spend all day doing what God is telling me to do, whether it's working for my job, uh, studying the word, making a video, making a blog content, reaching out to people, but I do not turn on the TV until I get in the bed. And then all of a sudden, I fall asleep. Like as soon as I get in the bed, I fall asleep. And then also, like I started watching, on YouTube, they have the scriptures that are playing again with music in the background, and I know I fall asleep within 10 minutes. I don't know, I'm there and then I'm out, and I'm like, it's the morning, like what is going on? And so there might be stress, there might be chaos, there might be so many things going on, but when you are aligning your day with God all day, like keeping him in there, like praying all day, every day, and not like, you know, getting on your knees all day, every day, but more just like when I go for my walks with my dog, I'm praying, I'm talking to God. When I'm cooking, I'm talking to God. When I'm showering, I'm talking to God. And it's not like some huge, profound, prolific type of prayer. It's just the conversation. And, that's just with any relationship, right? If you decide to say you want to be friends with someone or get in a relationship with someone, you can't just say that and don't do anything about it. If you aren't consistently pursuing that relationship, that intimacy, you are not going to have that relationship. It's going to be like, it's going to be stagnant. It's going to be boring. It's going to be, you're going to turn away from it. And that is not how, our relationship with God should be. And, I'm so excited about, where this channel is going, what God is doing in my life. You guys, like, life has changed drastically for me. And I'm here for it. I love it here and I want to stay here, and I'm doing everything, in my power to make sure I am stepping in line with God. And a lot of that is like, God, please keep me close. Keep me, keep me, keep me. And so like my prayer lately has been like, okay, so we have Peter, right? And Peter, was a little crazy, a little wild out there, right? But he was like in the top three with Jesus. He was with him everywhere, right? And I heard a pastor say, I don't think Peter was with Jesus because he was great. He was an amazing leader. He was this, that, and the other. It was probably because he would be off doing some crazy stuff. And God was like, you need to stay as close as to me as possible. And I know for a fact that if I don't stay close with my father all day, every day, I'm going to do something stupid. I'm going to be doing something crazy that just gets me out of alignment, that, makes me do things and then I regret it. I'm just like, I don't want to have that as my lifestyle. So, like, I just want to make sure that I am attached at the hip, to Jesus as we walk on this here earth. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I'm excited. I hope you are excited. Let me know in the comments how things have changed ever since you said, I surrender it all. Heavenly Father, all my life is yours. Use me. I'm your vessel. Let your light shine. I want to know what things have changed, things that you are excited about, things that you are just like, wow, I cannot believe I have changed this much. Put it in the comments. Put some encouraging words in the comments for other people to read as well. And, I have a private group on Facebook. So I would love for you to join. It is called She Sits at His Feet. And we do a Tuesday, Zoom Bible study where we're going through the Bible. And so we will start again with a different plan in June. So if I think you should get up in there with us, because we are about our Father's business. And nothing like having a community to hold you accountable, to reach out to get inspired, to get encouraged. get prayer, So I invite you to that group. Anyways, if you have any questions or thoughts, post them in the comments below and I will definitely reach out to you, okay? Peace and blessings. I love y'all. I pray y'all have a blessed day.